Good evening. I am Helix Faust, and tonight I will be your raconteur of despair. Welcome to the grind. There are few times in our lives where we are faced with a situation that defines the strength of who we are and what we are made of, both inwardly and outwardly, to those who matter most to us and the world around us. Tonight, we will see what the cost of camaraderie and determination to do the right thing can reward you. But as the saying goes, no good deed comes unpunished. After we left off previously last year, um, Eve was going through a very trying situation as the love of her life was kidnapped and seemingly taken to some factory, some concrete factory, a place called Pantheon United. In her hurried and frenzied state, when she arrived, there was a slight argument, and in her impatience, she had jumped out of Ewan's moving vehicle. This is where we will begin. Eve, as you and Ewan are aware, there were some rolls made off stream as to the fate of what happened to you. Surprisingly, when you opened the door and jumped out, your arms hit the ground as the car moved. And if Jonathan had not grabbed onto your waist, which was a difficult task as he was in the back seat, you were in the front, you would have been emulsified within the rear tire. However, the pain that you feel as the palms down to your elbows are scraped against the pavement down to the bone. You are hanging.
Oh my God.
You are hanging out of the car as it is moving.
Pull me back in! Pull me back in!
Immediately taking my foot off the accelerator as I see her going out the door. Or trying to go out the door, I guess.
I'm still trying to pull her in.
I pull on him who's pulling her in, since I'm next to him.
You pull her in, and blood immediately pours down her veins, down her arms. You can see her bones. You can see an entire skeletal structure on her hands. The muscle on her forearms, on the insides, it's gone. You've taken a significant amount of damage.
Oh, I'm just kind of trembling because of all the pain and the adrenaline. Is the car coming to a stop?
Yes.
That is the idea.
Once the car stopped, I jump out and run around to her door, or I'm assuming it's still open, and I am taking off my belt and asking if somebody else has a belt or something that we can use as a tourniquet, because we need to stop the blood.
Pull my belt out and hand it to him along with my my jacket. I'm like, here, you can rip these up.
Oh my God, I can't.
Take off my jacket as well.
I immediately apply tourniquets 5 inches above where the skin is exposed, the bone is exposed.
We don't have time for this shit.
I tell her to calm down.
Leave it alone.
She's going into shock. She needs to stay calm. I write the time on the belt buckle on both of them.
I have to get to know. And I'm just trying to pull down my sleeves and cover it, stuff my arm meat back into my sleeves if I can.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Jonathan.
Yes.
You are going to have to make a connect roll. Eve. You are going to have to make a struggle roll.
I rolled a 91 versus 55.
I rolled a 39 versus 50.
$39 versus 50. Eve, this is your choice. Do you allow them to apply first aid to you?
No. I run towards the first entrance I can see towards the building.
I want you to be reminded that if you do not get medical attention within an hour, you could die.
Yep.
Okay. As you all are trying to restrain her and wrap the belt around her arms, there's so much blood and you don't want to damage her even further. She manages to slip out and take off running.
We kind of look at them and I'm like, what do we do?
Fuck, we got.
She's going in there, guys.
Running after.
Fuck, I take off after him.
gonna. Am I parked at this point in a spot like at the place? Like,
You're at the building. Yes, you are in the parking area. You're not parked perfectly, but there's only maybe a handful of vehicles here.
am I to a point where I feel like my car can be hit by another car if it stays where it is?
No, that you have a whole empty parking lot around
Okay,
you.
well then I also get out and follow.
Okay.
And without my jacket on at this point, at least this gun is definitely visible.
You do not take your gun out?
Not running in.
Okay. Does anyone else? Jonathan, you do not have your firearm. Damaris, do you take your gun
Keep
out? I'm sorry, your mic cut out.
Oh, I keep my hand on mine.
Okay. I want to remind you that drawing your weapon in a fight is considered an action, and you only get one action per turn.
All right, I'll go ahead and draw mine and stick it in my pocket with my hand on it.
Okay.
When I get to the door,
Good luck.
I'll draw mine and keep
Okay.
it in hand.
Eve, I need you to make a notice check.
Okay. It'd be awesome if that sheet didn't stop escaping me every time I clicked away. Notice, you said?
Mm-hmm.
$50 versus 55.
You see just a hint, and then it's very vivid. That shadow you saw in your apartment
Mm-hmm.
with the face that's like black coal and dented and scarred silver. It's here. It's looking at you from the base of the building, and then it takes off, almost beckoning you to follow.
I would. Without hesitation, as fast as I possibly can.
Okay. So, there is a significant lead that Eve has. You all cannot keep up with her. You can see her until she makes it into the building. There is a door. It is unlocked. Eve, do you slow your pace once you are inside the building?
Not at all.
Okay. She makes it inside the building. Gentlemen, do you slow your pace once you make it to the building?
Absolutely.
No, I realize that she's very close to death, and I don't waver. I'm trying to catch her so I can save her.
I imagine as I'm getting up to the entrance to the factory itself, I would absolutely slow my pace to check my surroundings, especially before just walking in.
Okay. You look around, there, you don't see anyone outside. However, Jonathan takes off into the doorway, full speed.
I wouldn't quite do that.
Doesn't seem.
We don't know what's in there. As he barreling towards it, I guess. I just kind of look at you and I'm like, dude, what the fuck?
Doesn't look like we have a choice but to go in now. Well,
You watch left, I'll watch right.
yeah, I pull my gun out and walk in, scanning the right side of the building as I come in, or the right side of the inside, I guess.
I look left.
So, you no longer see Ewan, or sorry, you no longer see Jonathan or Eve. However, when you do walk in, there is a very alien look to this place, as this is a factory you've never been in before. You're not entirely sure how they operate, but you see they're making different types of bricks, large stones, and they're making powdered cement, they're making liquid cement. They've got them in rail cars. There is multi-layers of catwalks and gated tunnels.
Is it fully open other than that? I mean, like if I'm looking out to the factory floor, is it open to these each individual areas, like the belts, the catwalks, all the things? Can I see them
The
from where I'm
compressor
standing?
units, like,
They are open. However, there is so much stuff in the way, it compounds upon itself. So it feels like an enclosed space because there is so much metal and large containers and large bricks and just an amalgamation of machinery. But it is an open space. The one thing you do have going for you is I need you to make 2 more notice checks.
Like a piece?
Yes.
54, 55, 37 to 55.
54 out of
use-
55. Oh, not 2. I'm sorry. 2 as in both of you, not 2, but I'll take your first roll. 54 out of
Okay.
55. Because that is almost
Sorry about
a critical.
Can't I use detective for that or ex-cop for that as opposed
Yes.
to?
Yes, you can.
72, 42.
Okay.
I'm looking at my feet.
Damaris, you notice 2 things. One, you see Eve has ran up some stairs because there's a significant amount of blood leading that way. And you hear other people talking, and you hear running along this metal grated walkways.
Ewan, Ewan,
What?
come here. There's people, a lot of them.
Look where he's pointing.
And be fucking quiet.
And I'm also quiet.
I signal towards the stairs that I notice, and I'm like, shh. We gotta go that way.
After you
Do I
make
notice
your
the blood at that point when he points it out?
yeah,
Okay.
after you make your way in a little further, you
I also
actually
look at him and I'm like, keep your gun hidden, right? Keep it to your side. We don't know what we're walking into here.
Gun at my side, finger on the safety. I mean, it's on because it's always on, but it's ready to come off.
After you make your way in a little bit on this metal grated catwalk, it's got like a screen of metal, but the metal is about an inch thick. It's like a grate to keep people from falling. And so you basically have these series of multi-layered tunnels. You can see through them, but they're like cages. And they have a series of larger pipes leading along the sides. You make your way through and follow the blood, but as you do, you notice two things. You find Jonathan. He is hunched down, hiding, and looking up to his right.
I sneak over towards him in the same hunch down fashion and look in the direction that he's looking.
Damaris?
I hunch down and hide somewhere close by, also out of sight.
Okay.
As
You notice 3 men in these almost like a mechanic's uniform, like a one-piece zip-up. They have Pantheon United logos and lettering on the jackets, and they are carrying assault rifles.
I whisper to Jonathan, "Did you see which way she went?"
Jonathan, yes, you did.
I
And
just
you-
nod.
She is straight ahead. However, in order to get to that point, you would have to cross the vision of these men, these armed men. But
The armed men seem like they noticed her or they were paying attention when she ran by.
doesn't yet seem like it, at least not immediately. But she is straight ahead and turned to the right. However, when you look forward, you see what looks like a bulkhead that is like a circular wheel that you turn to open the door, and ahead, like basically this runs into a very large cylinder that you would walk into. But she turned and is basically hiding as well.
what do my surroundings look like right now? What can I see?
You see the amalgamation of different machines making different types of large stones to small stones, very small thin bricks, and then some bricks are like solid granite the size of a car, and there is mixing cement drums below you. Above you, you have more crossed walkways and other piping that is basically all around and leading through the multi-layers.
Is Damaris close enough to me that if I whisper, he'll hear me?
Yeah, he's right behind you.
I just kind of distraction. Is there anything we can throw?
I don't know. Do we have anything we set on fire? Because if we could go back a bit and find even a tank or something, we could set a fire around it.
Well, let's go see if we can find one.
Yeah, we gotta do something.
Jonathan, stay here. Keep your eyes on Eve.
Eve,
Yes.
Oh.
about that time, you see that face. It appears as a visage, almost humanoid, but floating. And it floats to the bulkhead.
I follow it.
It is the one directly forward from the rest of the gentlemen. And it opens it. As it opens it, the gentlemen turn to look. Eve, they notice you.
Surely do.
And they aim towards that bulkhead.
How far away are they from me?
They are on the story above you, about 50 feet. Eve, do you make a run for it?
Yes.
I need you to roll.
Okay.
Do me and Damaris see this happening, or have we already left?
You see it.
Try to create.
As you get up to go, you see this happening. You hear the door open, you see the shadow, and it go inside.
Guys, get as far under them as we can so they can't fucking see us.
You don't actually have a way to maneuver under them.
Fuck.
Because they are, if you were here, they are basically up here.
Ah.
However, Eve, I need you to roll dodge.
Okay.
Do I have a line of sight at all?
You have a line
On
of
the
sight
people
too.
about to open fire?
Yes.
7 versus 25.
7.
7.
Eve, they see you take off running. Jonathan, you and Damaris. I need all three of you to make violent stress checks. If you have something that protects you from this, you can roll it.
Would my ex-cop do that?
Does it say protects violence?
Mine says resists challenges to violence.
That will work.
No, it doesn't.
Bless.
So
I
what?
rolled my veteran and I got a 89 versus 50.
89 versus 50. Okay.
What do I
You're gonna
roll
roll
for that
violence. Sorry. What?
Connect or struggle.
Connect. Oh, I'm sorry.
12.
Sorry. This is struggle.
Okay.
I rolled so good.
I will still take your.
27 to 25.
I'll still take your 12.
35.
I'll still
Okay.
take your 12. And
Well,
27.
25.
Okay. So, Damaris, you fail this. Thank you, Kabila. Damaris, you fail this. And Jonathan, you failed this as well.
Yep.
Both of you have two very stark different experiences in this moment. Jonathan,
Yes.
I want you to describe and show us what it's like for you to have a PTSD flashback as you recall your time in war, because this is what is happening when you hear this sound. Damaris, you see him freeze. And Damaris, this is the realest a fight has ever happened to you in this moment. You feel very vulnerable. You have three options: fight, flee, or freeze.
Probably flee.
Okay. We'll get to you in a second. Ewan, you surprisingly are able to keep your head. This is a more intense gunfire than you've experienced before. However, you seem to be able to keep your wits about you. What do you want to do?
How far can I back away from Jonathan and Damaris?
You didn't get to move. You went to move, but you didn't get to. However, what you did see was Eve very cleverly dodge the gunfire that was shot at her.
I just don't want to return fire and draw attention back to where we are because they haven't seen us yet.
She makes her way into the
Especially-
bulkhead, and it closes and locks.
About the time they hear me say, fuck all of that, and I just turn around and start bolting.
Damaris, I need you to make a dodge roll.
Five.
Damaris, a bullet clips you and drops you
Fuck.
to the ground.
Do I have cover where I am right now?
Do you what?
Do I have cover where I am right now?
Yes,
How many are shooting?
all three.
Excellent. I'm shooting at one of them.
Keep in mind, combat is extremely deadly. It should be avoided at all costs. Do you wish to enter combat?
I mean, it seems like not doing it can also be deadly. So, I don't
Okay.
know that I have a choice.
So, the way combat works, gentlemen. There is no initiative roll. Everyone gets one turn. You declare what you're going to do, and whoever goes first is decided on what action you're taking and what your current stat is for that action. And you wish to shoot.
Yes.
Do you have a identity that provides firearm attacks?
Yes.
You can roll that.
Not how well it's gonna do, but I'll roll it. Good. God, 94-20. I'll shoot wildly into the air. Hope I hit something.
Okay. Damaris, what do you wish to do?
Guess I'm gonna take a couple pop shots since he's already shooting.
Okay. All my attacks are going to be aimed at all of you, and you all can go first. Do you have an identity?
Yeah, cyberpunk. 5 of 25.
All right.
At least one of us can shoot. Ex-cop here.
You can now roll a percentage.
$94.
Okay. Jonathan,
Yes.
you can make another veteran roll to pull yourself out of this state.
Okay. 46 versus 50.
What do you want to do as you get your wits about you? And what is it you saw?
I flash back to being in a firefight that we was pinned down and the whole squad was killed, except for me. And the only way I was able to live through that moment was I covered myself with the bodies of my brothers and acted like I was dead until they passed over me.
As you summon your strength, what do you want to do to pull yourself out of that?
So I know that they are above me. Is there a way to get up to them?
Yes, but you're going to have to go back the way you came to go up the stairs further.
Knowing that the two of them are and shooting at them, I want to try to flank. So I'm going to take off running, trying to stay alive long enough to try to get to them in a flank.
Okay. I need you to make a dodge roll.
Is that under fitness or?
It should be either on the right or left hand of your abilities.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh,
I'm doing
Oh, boy.
horrible tonight.
All three of them are going to shoot at you, Jonathan. You were the one who exposed yourself.
Yep.
They have the best shot at shooting you.
Okay.
Six. I need you to make another dodge roll.
Can I roll my veteran instead?
No.
$80 versus 20. There's no way I'm gonna pass 80 after 20.
I need you to make another dodge roll. Ewan and Damaris, I need both of you to make violence stress checks. So, hold on, Ewan.
Sorry, I jumped the gun.
Yes, you did. When you look to the far right of your sheet, when it says attacks with and defends with, it'll tell you what to roll. So if you're defending your violence,
Oh,
2 out of 55.
98-55.
Damaris, you are covered in blood spatter as Ewan watches Jonathan get shredded with bullets as he attempts to run.
Fuck.
He's still alive, but he's staggering.
Did any of the
And moving
shots hit
forward.
me in the back?
They all hailed you from the side, across your body.
Okay. Because I do have on a bulletproof jacket.
Mhm.
My clothes.
Like,
They did. Unfortunately, the shoulder and part of your side was able to defend a lot of that. However, the grazes begin to tear into your flesh from the side. Those bullets can take an impact head on, but if you shoot at them with an angle, it can basically wrinkle the fabric and rip it, and then tear into your flesh.
Okay.
And one of them goes through your jaw.
oof.
Okay. But I'm still up.
You're up, but you're not far from death.
Okay.
You're staggering. You've never been hit with this many bullets before. This is a pain you've never felt like. You didn't know it was possible to feel this much pain. The bullets themselves basically pushed you into the cage and slammed you against it on the opposite side as you attempted to run. You had to grab onto the cage to hold yourself up. It is very, very graphic. Ewan, you think he's gonna die. You think he's already dead. He's just walking. The new round begins.
Did I not hit?
Oh, what did you roll? You rolled a 2, or was that a?
I rolled a 5 out of 25 and then a 94%.
Yes, you did hit. I'm sorry, I didn't narrate that. You do hit one of them, and it does go through one of their shoulders. However, when he made his shot, you were still in cover when you were shooting, so he took the easiest shot. He did not
Gotcha.
retaliate. But yes, you did make a very solid shot to his shoulder, and it went through it, as a 357 would do. It's your round again, gentlemen.
Taking another shot.
Even we need to work on getting the fuck out of here. As I line up another shot.
We do need to get the fuck out of here. You're not wrong, but if we leave now, we're leaving 2 people behind.
Yeah, we gotta get him at the very. Oh shit, boys. Got a 95 out of 25 in the initial.
52-20.
Both of your shots hit the metal cage.
Can I get some ricochet action? I'm just kidding.
Ping! Ping!
I'm gonna duck back behind my cover.
Same.
No, I actually, I had that audio file, but I lost it, so. Jonathan,
Yeah.
what do you wish to do?
How close I'm to the door now?
You made it 30 feet at a full sprint. You're not at the door, you're at the stairs that lead up. You've got maybe 5 more feet. And then the stairs go up about 8 feet. And then you will be on the same level as them.
Once I'm on the same level, how much distance will be between the two, or all of us?
You've got about 30 feet of a straight shot, unobstructed.
Unobstructed also means no cover.
Listen, they're gonna be looking at me. I need you guys to run.
You're gonna have to say that a little bit louder.
Run! Run up the stairs.
Okay. I need you to make
My dodge roll.
yeah, 3 of them.
What's focus give me? Anything?
Focus, is that what identity is that under?
Veteran. I also have resists challenges to violence. I consider this a challenge to violence.
Yes.
I would agree.
That was why you were able to pull yourself out of your traumatic state.
So I can roll that?
I will let you roll it if you wish. If it's higher, it will help you.
Oh, it's definitely. Thank God, there's one. 33 versus 50.
Doubles.
Yes. 2 more.
51 versus 50. Damn it. And
Hold on,
last
hold on,
one.
hold on. What is
What?
your noble and your obsession?
Let's see. My noble is selfless service. My obsession is starting and completing a task. Which both I'm doing.
So, you can use either one of those. If you roll again, you have to take the higher number if it's higher. Or you have to take the second roll. But your obsession will let you... Yes.
Sorry.
Your obsession will let you flip the number.
Which will give you
Okay.
success.
That will make it a 15. still have to make one more.
Yeah! Woo! I don't know why I'm cheering. I'm running into more danger. Hopefully, you guys listen to me and run.
Just field tackle all three of them.
In this moment of heroism, I'll give you a hunch roll. So you can roll that now. Roll a percentage.
Percentage? Okay.
31. Not bad. You can bank that and use it when you wish. If you do not end up using it, I will use it for you. You have not used yours yet, and I have not forgotten.
Oh, I'm aware. You won't let me use it on anything stupid, so I have to.
So, I'm going to give you, in this one instance, because of your act of heroism and your activation of your obsession, another action.
Oh, shit.
As you make it to them, at their absolute surprise that you dodged 3 rounds of fire and these people firing at you. Describe to us what it looks like and what you wish to do as you make your way up.
Alright, so as I get to them, I assume I'm still holding onto my cane
Yes.
that I always carry with me. I draw from my cane my hidden sword, and in one attempt, I attempt to cut through all 3 of them. Are they lined up? Or are they all
No.
in a line to where I can see one of them? This is super important.
You can see one of them, but they were
And then
they're basically like this because they were facing down looking this way. So they're
that works out perfect.
you come up.
I want to draw and go in a slice. And I only have one move left, and I'm gonna try to cut all their heads.
This is going to take 3 rolls.
Okay.
And keep in mind,
I'm pretty much dead if I don't hurt all 3 of them right now in one attempt. I'm fucked.
Aim for the Achilles.
It's still gonna be 3 rolls.
Well, yeah, but if they're leaned over and turned to fire at you, you should have the back of their feet exposed to you.
no, they're facing him. They were shooting at him
Oh,
as he walked
I
up
see.
the stairs. And
They
like
missed.
he dodged
Matrixed up the stairs, you mean?
he dodged all those bullets. He took a lot of hits because he has this bulletproof vest. Keep that in mind.
Alright, so what do I need to roll? Can I use my veteran for the hand-to-hand combat?
Yeah. If it's higher than your struggle.
Which struggle? Yeah, definitely higher than my struggle. Alright.
So yes, you can do that.
$57 versus 50.
That is a fail.
Okay.
You can activate your noble or use your hunch roll.
What's the noble do again? That's where I
It
get a
allows you to
reroll, or-
re-roll, yes. But you have to describe what you're activating and how you activate it.
Does hunch add so I get to subtract the 31 from the 57? Or do I get to use the 31 as my roll?
You use it as your roll.
I'm gonna use my hunch to make sure
Okay.
the first one dies. Or hopefully
Roll
dies.
damage.
What do I roll for damage?
Percentile.
40.
Okay. You slice the first one's neck. It does not sever his head, but it does cut his neck open in a
Okay.
very much a surprise.
Alright. So, next roll.
Yep.
10! Woo!
Roll damage.
$30.
13. Okay. You slice that one. You're basically running past them at an angle and slicing.
That's what I have in that's what I have in my head. Alright. Last roll. 53. I want to activate my noble.
All right. How do you activate it?
What do you mean?
You have to role play how you activate it.
As I run past the third one, I realize that he moves slightly enough to where I can't catch him. So I try to twist and pull him down on top of me, holding the blade, in hopes that he lands on my blade.
What is going through your head as you activate your noble? Say again what your noble is.
Selfless service.
What's going through your head?
I need to I need to take this guy's attention. He's probably gonna live so that the other two can get away.
Okay. Roll.
I feel like this is the most intense roll ever.
It very much is.
And I failed.
Okay. It is a new round.
Could I see what was happening up there to the people?
You saw all of this.
Do I have enough movement to get up there and still potentially fire my weapon?
No, you have enough movement to get up there.
Shoot from down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna try to shoot again and see if I can get the last one.
Or you could run like I told you to.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do that. I missed.
Okay, man.
No, use your roll! Use your roll!
Do you want to activate any of your nobles or obsessions?
You know what? After missing 3 times, this being the third, I feel like my obsession, striving for perfection, would absolutely drive me to fire again, or at least be able to try to get a better angle of some kind to fire again, because that would, while all this is going on, still drive me a little bit insane that I've missed this many times.
Very well.
So The obsession is another roll, or is
Yes.
okay?
You can either
So I'm
flip
just
the
gonna-
number or roll it.
Well, considering flipping number won't help at all. Hold on, what does this fall under? Shooting the gun. Should I be using my X-Cop for that, or is that the only thing I can use for that?
Whichever one that says provides firearm attacks.
Yeah, it's just so low. But either way, I'm still gonna try again. Aha! 6 versus 20.
Which one are you going to shoot?
The last remaining one.
That's a good choice.
Okay. Roll your damage.
Kill this motherfucker.
56.
You calmly stick the barrel of your gun through the grate and rest it. And then you aim. And you shoot. And it goes through the face of the one that he tries to slice. Now, normally it would have missed. However, when Jonathan did his twist to turn around, the guy instinctively ducked. And as he ducked, that's how he got shot in the face.
Good.
Now, Damaris, did you want to activate anything? Okay. Do you want to hang on to it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So fuck.
So, 3 gentlemen with guns grab their necks. Or at least the 2 do. The other one grabs his face as he turns. The one next to you, Jonathan, swings his gun to slap you with it. He doesn't even try to shoot. He wants to get you off of him. So that's going to be a struggle, or hand to hand.
Okay. Do you want me to roll?
Yes.
I am really fucked up right now, so I roll a 97 versus 50.
He managed to knock you back and stagger you backwards. The other 2, they open fire.
Okay. All right. So 2 rolls, or you?
And we are going to switch scenes.
Fuck.
I'm here. What did I walk into?
You walked into darkness.
Fitting. Can I hear anything?
Yes.
What do I hear?
You hear people talking below you. And the faint sound of water. And that same impact noise that you heard on the phone.
Can I tell a direction of the impact noise?
It echoes off the metal walls of this drum. There is a spiral leading down.
I go down.
In this disorienting state and the blood dripping from you, I need you to make an isolation check.
Okay.
This will be whatever you need to defend your isolation with. You should be able to see that on your sheet.
Yeah, it says defend with connect.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be correct? Okay.
Yep.
$53 versus 30. Would that play into any of my my big four?
Not in this moment, unless you have resist challenges to isolation.
No.
Describe what it's like as you feel extremely vulnerable and alone in this moment, about to face something you may not be prepared for.
I can't see very well in the low light, and I can probably hear my footsteps echoing. And even though I can hear sounds, it's a particular kind of aloneness, because the person I love, the only person that makes me feel less alone, is in danger. And I get this twist in the pit of my gut that says I'm too late, and it makes me move faster, and I start to feel my chest heaving a little bit, like a panic is on the edge of my breath, and by the time I notice it, I'm practically racing, tripping down these stairs, just hearing my own footsteps like I'm chasing myself through the darkness, and just trying my best to push forward despite it all.
You kind of hit your head and you grab your face, and you instinctively expect to feel your face, but all you can feel is the cold, wet flesh, slick, and you feel the knurled bones of your hand exposed. Every instance is pain right now. Your arms feel like fire.
But they don't matter. They don't matter. I don't matter. I just have to keep going forward.
You get this sense of vertigo in the dark as you are trying to walk down stairs that are spiraling along the edge of the drum.
Start to lose my balance, try and catch myself, and there's blood on my hands, and they don't even really look much like hands if you didn't know the human anatomy like I do. They just look like bones and flesh and blood mangled together.
One of the most terrible things is you know what they look like, and you could see that image even in the dark because you've dealt with it every day. So you know what your hands look like. You don't need the light. For that instance, at least.
Feels like I can taste blood in my mouth, and I don't know if that's because I smacked myself in the head and maybe some got on my lip, or maybe when I touched it on my face. I don't know. But it's tangy, coppery, and bitter, and my grasp when I'm holding on to go down the spiral slips a time or two, and I probably trip up, bang my head again. It's not graceful, but it's as fast as I can possibly move, just in spite of knowing how much blood I'm losing, how likely I am to die as every second passes without treatment, and I'm just still going forward.
Yeah. I need you to make a notice check.
Okay. Is this a test, or is it like an attack against notice, or is it?
Just a notice check.
Do I need to use my identity or no? Okay. 26 versus 55.
Very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
You feel a cold rush almost flow through you. And you get the sense that creature is here.
I
And
don't try and see it with my eyes.
Okay.
Instead, I just kind of try and reach out to it with my mind and just ask it without speaking, which way do I go?
You feel this cold tickle. It goes from your elbows along the scraped parts of your hands, and it just kind of runs down across and kind of just pulls you forward, like something's grabbing your hands, but
Whoa,
very
whoa.
gently it tickles.
Okay, okay.
And it feels like it's pulling you downward towards the stairs.
I let it move me and follow exactly where it pulls.
Okay. Leads you to the bottom. And there is another bulkhead.
I approach it like I did the last one and try to just open it up.
I need you to make a fitness roll.
Okay.
Normally this would not apply, but in your injured state.
2155.
Okay. In your determination and pain, you grab onto this metal ring as you feel the fire in your hands intensify. The pain electrifies your fists.
Just grit my teeth as hard as I can.
You open it up and you see light. However, it's not daylight. It's just the light of a lamp. And this grate. And what you see before you are 3 men in these Pantheon United uniforms. One is standing there at this very large 4 by 6 foot block of stone, about little under chest height. On it is a wooden pallet. And on that pallet, you see Nell being stapled with plastic wrap, this plastic tarp, to this wooden pallet. The other man across the way, next to this metal wall, is managing a crank type cable that is going up diagonally, and it draws your attention to another extremely large solid stone block dangling above Nell. Now, the underside of this block seems to be molded to Nell's form, and the blocks themselves have this cut groove along the edge, almost like they would fit together. This stone must weigh at least 900 plus pounds. And the other one across the way, he's on a cell phone. And you just see the other one. Nell is unconscious. However, you do notice that her wounds are extremely large across her neck, into her bone and chest, across her face. But they have been stapled shut. And they all turn and look at you. And they see you. And then the one on the cell phone. Yes. She's here. I see. One moment. He puts the cell phone down, but in his hand, and he just stares at you. They all wait for you to speak. They give you one chance to speak.
I'm going to stare at the one on the cell phone since he looks to be the one in charge, and just without breaking eye contact, reach for my knife, which I keep on my side, and just shake my head. Let her go.
He holds up his hand. He doesn't seem even remotely fazed by your knife. And he puts the phone back up. He says, very well. And he presses a couple buttons on the phone, and you see the image kind of light up. Then he sets the phone down, and you notice the floor is like a grate. It's almost like a... Are you in a blasting furnace? And there's water coming down. The walls are metal, but they're charred plaque. But he slides the phone across, and you see there is a person, like, in a video call.
Is it giving the phone to me and telling me to look at it?
He slides it to you, and he says, "You speak."
What's that?
You speak now.
I'll take the phone and look into it. What do you want?
I need you to make a unnatural check. Notice.
$84 versus 55. Can I flip-flop that? Because I think it would play into my obsession.
What is your obsession?
Uncovering info about the cult that kidnapped me.
Yeah.
Alright, so that'll be a 48. And that's a pass.
You look at this man, but you see two people. You see the man on the screen, and then you see through the phone to what this man is.
What do I see?
Hello, Iwa. It's a very good pleasure to see you today. I've been waiting for this day for quite some time. Now, we seem to have ourselves in a little situation. But allow me to explain. You see, many years ago, I was tasked by a certain few individuals to collect you and train you to enhance your abilities, to give you
Yep.
a stronger sense of protection in this world. However, when I sent my brother that mission no longer became relevant. Because you see, it is you little fucking bitch, who killed my brother.
Oh,
So now you're going to feel the pain of what I felt. And don't worry, Iwa.
what are you talking about?
Don't worry. The ones who sent me on this mission, I took care of them. I took care of them first. You see, I don't like it when
I
people
don't-
send me to places that get my family killed. So, you, today, you're going to feel my pain. You're going to feel my loss. And then, you're going to feel my fire. Because I'm coming.
Listen here, you son of a bitch. I swear to fuck you so much. Such a hair on her head. If you let us walk out of here, maybe I will let you live. But I am
You are
coming
not
for you.
in a position
I'm
to
not.
negotiate.
I'm not negotiating, I'm promising.
Oh, I'm promising.
This is the worst. I am the worst mistake you will ever make.
Oh. I've been told that many times by people much scarier than you. And trust me, you're not that scary. Now,
You think that?
don't worry. All of your burdens, they're going to be gone. And then you're going to be gone. Don't worry. I have already taken care of your parents. They're no longer a burden. And soon, I'll take care of this one as well. And then,
You son of a bitch.
you will feel what it's like to know the wrath of the Cinder Man.
I didn't kill your goddamn brother, but I fucking wish I could.
and we are going to switch scenes. Gentlemen, as you observe, I need Jonathan.
Yeah.
You need to make 2 dodge rolls or veteran rolls.
Okay. Here we go. Here's the first one. 32 versus 50.
Describe what it is like
Makes-
as you successfully stave off this attack.
It's like instinct is taking over. I'm not even thinking. I'm just reacting. My
Tell me-
body's just doing its own thing.
Tell me what
and
happens.
I'm focused. I'm aware.
What happens? You get narrative control.
As I dodge the bullets, I realize that there's still 2 left standing.
They're all still standing. One got shot
Oh,
in the
we can't-
face.
He's still alive?
Oh yeah. He swung after he got shot and knocked you back. As you pulled back, they went to shoot at you. The other 2 did.
I yell at the 2 of them again to run and get the fuck out of here. And I'm gonna engage them again in hand-to-hand combat.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask a question. You don't have to answer this. But this is probably stupid. But if I made an attempt to like kind of bum rush them all 3 and knock them over the railing, even though I have a chance of going over the railing too.
The railing
be
is a
one
cage.
Oh, we're in a cage. All right, now I'm just gonna fight them.
You can bum rush them and knock them down. That is what you want to do.
Is that 3 separate rolls?
I will let it be 1 at a cost.
I'm gonna attempt to fight them.
So you're not going to bum rush them?
I am gonna bum rush them. I'm gonna bum rush them with my blade pointed forward. Whatever happens. But I
Okay.
do yell, "Run, you motherfuckers!"
Okay. You can roll your hand to hand.
There it is. There's the fail. What happens?
What is your
I
rage
never expected to
stimulus?
live this. My rage? What do you mean?
What is your rate? Is it your passion or rage stimulus?
It's rage. It's at the very top of the page.
Oh. Being touched.
That one guy did just hit you.
Well then, I can't, when I lose it, I have, like, when I'm touched, I have to It's almost like all my adrenaline starts going, and I have to destroy whoever touched me. It's the thing. That's why I didn't want any of in our company, anybody in my company, my friends, to touch me. That's why I sheathed myself in clothing.
He slaps
Because
you
I
right
lose
across the face, not only with his hand, but with his hand and a gun. You can re-roll.
Nope. 97 out of 50.
Okay. So your action is to bum rush them regardless.
Yep.
All right. Ewan? Damaris? What do you want to do?
Glance over at Damaris. We can either go further into this and try to find Eve, or we can get the fuck out of here.
Run.
You're
I mean, you
screaming
did tell us
rage.
to run.
You are bum rushing. You watch him. He just barrels forward at all three of these people.
You did tell us to run, my dude. We gotta go.
You
Alright.
just see me
Eve's
get shot
behind
the
the
fuck
locked
up
door.
before I ran up there. I mean, I'm bleeding out.
Well, while he's serving as a distraction, let's get the fuck out.
I'm so torn about that, but alright.
Oh, I'm incredibly torn about it, but at the same time, I don't want to die.
True.
I run back the way I came.
Guess I follow.
Okay.
It's been the most intense fight.
I will let you succeed at a cost if you want to get out of here.
Us or him?
Yes.
What's the cost?
I don't think we can know that.
Here's the thing. I don't want to die either. I'm pretty fucked up. And if the bad thing is if it's a roll or something and we fail, then we're all stuck here and I die for no reason.
Basically.
I may not die, but it's not looking good for me.
I mean, I could always keep taking pop shots. They can't do a lot to hit me undercover, so I got one of them in the face. Yeah, but I'm in cover. There's only 3 of them.
Yeah,
and
but once their attention is on you guys,
well,
how
come
covered
down
are
here.
you trying to get out the door?
Well, that's the whole point. Is I'm not covered if I'm leaving. I'm not covered. But right now,
You're
I'm
covered right now. I'm
enough.
bum rushing them. They should be looking at me.
Their
I mean, you're
attention
not wrong.
their attention is on Jonathan. What are you doing, gentlemen?
Damaris, you want to keep playing the shoot 'em game, or do you want to run?
I think we really can do is run. We barely hit any of our shots, and I'm out of ammo.
Or
As I
run?
hold up my revolver like this, like,
You got 7 shots.
yeah, I've used 2. So I have
Okay.
5 left.
9, and I've used 3, so I've got 6 left.
Technically, you only need 1 good shot.
True.
I just got one of them in the face, and that wasn't a good shot. Not good enough.
If you roll doubles, that's the damage you do.
It's your call.
Ah, Fuck it, I'll shoot one more time.
Me too. I'm gonna cover. At least right now. I mean, don't get me wrong. If Jonathan dies, we're both dead. But to be honest, running could get us killed too. We don't know who else is here. So yeah, I'm gonna take a shot. Nope.
So fucking intense. How are you shooting with a 20?
Honestly, I don't know. I thought that was higher.
How
and I
is
don't
your cop
understand.
and you shoot a 20?
Apparently.
He's a detective.
You sat behind a desk.
Well, I was a detective. It wasn't behind a desk.
The numbers?
Man, I
What is
should've
it?
had all the guns.
Which one of the traits flips the numbers?
Obsession.
Like the...
What is your obsession? I'll tell you if it applies.
Finding the details. And I really want to know why the fuck he did this.
Who?
You.
Me?
Okay. And you rolled a 91.
Mm-hmm. So it'd make it a 19?
Everything comes at a cost. You want to know the truth?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the only one that knows why I did this, right?
You see in his eyes the desperation of a doomed man. But you have noticed it ever since he came back from the doctor. And you see in this moment he's trying to save all of you selflessly. And your shot allows you to get a successful hit. You can roll damage.
Sweet. Percentile, right?
Yep.
Ah. 19.
Okay.
219.
It goes through him. Which one did you want to shoot at? I'll let you choose.
The one who is still relatively standing.
Okay. Surprisingly, that is enough to stun him as Jonathan runs into him. But
Is that kind of surprising if a bullet did it? Sorry, go ahead.
well, he was already aiming to fire at Jonathan when he was running at him, but it stops him from firing because he got shot. And it's surprising because he shot through not one but two cages.
Good job.
And that's enough for Jonathan to grab onto this guy and run forward and rush the other two. I'm going to roll. Jonathan,
Yeah.
the bullets fly through their friend's body and into yours. And some of the parts that were torn in your suit pierce into your lung.
Yeah.
And you feel a hot fire in your chest and a wet water in your breath gurgling up as you breathe. You have one more round, gentlemen.
Not gonna stop now.
Scene is yours. What do you wish to do? Now, it is a good time, perhaps a very wrong time, depending on how you look at it, for me to mention that everyone has access to gutter magic. However, if you have the ability, in your identity, you can make that roll. If you roll without that identity, you can roll your unnatural notice. But gutter magic is subtle and it doesn't always work, and sometimes you think it's just coincidence. It works in any way you dream fit. It's like basically creating your own spells on the fly. But you oftentimes look like a very much insane individual if it fails. Sometimes even if it works, you look insane. It's just a thought. Just wanted to put that out there.
Is there any kind of tank or anything attached to this machinery that says explosive or flammable that I can see?
I can let you make a notice check.
Please?
Because those propane tanks are in the facility. You might be hard pressed to find one.
Yeah. Oh, 20 out of 55.
You take a very long, slow glance around, and off in the distance on the opposite side of where the battle is taking place, you do see larger propane tanks that are used to ignite the blasting furnaces. However, an explosion inside with one of those tanks could be fatal for everyone. You're not able to calculate exactly how much damage that would do. And if you would be in the blast radius.
So I'll just shoot at one of the dudes again.
Okay.
Please don't be garbage. Rip. 37 of 25.
I'm gonna do the same, but
Do you have a noble?
I do. Learning hidden knowledge.
That wouldn't apply.
43, 20. Would redemption work as a noble for this, considering the misses? I mean, I know I used that on striving for perfection as well, but it would still kind of...
How do you want to justify it?
Well, because I'm trying to redeem myself, as I used to be a cop, and I can't believe I'm failing as hard as I am. Like,
Okay.
It honestly would be to the point of pissing me off.
Yes.
So we'll try another roll and see what happens. 31-20, still not good enough.
Fortunately, no redemption yet, as you take another fire.
Okay.
It is.
How many are left standing around me?
2. The one in front of you is now a meat shield as he has perished. And
Hey!
you are still. You don't know this. You're not close enough to tell. But you can tell he's dead because the bullets went straight through him and into you.
Right.
Um,
And
they
I know
just
how fucked up.
they shredded his back. But
So there's one left standing besides him, or two?
there's two, and those were the ones that shot at you. And you're barely able to hold yourself up. More of him,
He's,
much less him.
you said that we can use this gutter magic.
Sure.
Your description of my lungs filling up with fire. I realize what's happening in my body. You know.
Mhm.
So, but the feeling of the fire going up my throat, it manifests an image of me breathing fire, like napalm, out in front of me. Is that magic is that possible?
Ironically enough, for the things you have done in your life and the direction you have been taking, you can make a roll.
No, you said I roll a natural notice for the.
Yep.
If I don't have that.
This is
I know.
intense.
Listen, if I don't hit this, you bitches need to run. Nope. 69 versus 60. Did something bad happen?
In this moment, how much do you want to succeed?
With every ounce of my being. All I
Are you
want to do
sure?
is kill them. But I just want to kill them so that I know that my friends are safe.
Is that your wish?
Because they're too stupid to run. Yeah.
Everything comes at a cost. Are you willing to pay it?
I'm pretty sure that I'm dead anyway. My lungs are filling up with fluid. I've probably got minutes to live.
Everything comes at a cost. Are you willing to pay it?
Yeah, I mean, I've died before. It's not like-
A very familiar voice echoes in your mind.
Oh no! This is the doctor.
Wish granted. Ewan and Damaris, I need you to make an unnatural stress check.
That'd be defense, so
You are defending with it, yes. So you need to roll.
knowledge.
61 of 60. God damn it.
3580.
Now, Damaris, this particular instance, you can use your obsession to flip that.
Yes, please.
Because finding the hidden knowledge, because something unnatural is about to happen, and this is one of your main things, is occult.
Instead of that gut feeling of dread and like sense of like stagnation, I just get super excited.
Yeah.
Chikaragul.
So, You successfully defended as well, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Both of you can mark a hardened on your unnatural. This was a very significant stress check.
So the hardened for that, is that the square
Circle.
box or the
Circle.
Okay, making sure.
Both of you gentlemen witness an event unlike anything you've ever seen. You watch this one man harrowing himself up a stairs, riddled with bullets, shredding through his body, telling all of you to run. His bravery for all of you is a love none of you may ever feel again. You watch him slice through and then turn around and come back at them and still tell you to run. And in his final wish, the last bullet that goes into his chest ignites, and you watch his chest glow and his eyes light up orange. And through his mouth and his eyes, you watch him conjure a fire that immolates and melts the flesh, the bone, the metal, the very foundation he's standing on, everything in front of him. The fire consumes everything. And the last body falls down into the molten metal. And he looks to you, eyes glowing, nods, and you watch his body collapse, turn black, and fall on the railing.
Yeah, I'd say we need to get the fuck out of here.
We need to go find Eve and then get the fuck out of here.
And we're gonna switch scenes.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Eve,
Yes.
what you witness cracks open your mind as you watch her body explode as the large cylinder block just crumbles, flattens her, and the blood just flows over the stone, the broken stone, splashes everywhere, over everything. The room, the lamp, the whole room turns red. In this moment, I need you to make a violence check. Stress check. This is one you cannot defend.
Okay, but as far as rolling, I do defend with fitness.
Yes.
That's what it says. Okay. $99 versus $55.
This is a fail. You need to mark that. 2. In your violence.
Natural?
In your
Oh,
violence.
Okay.
Where does that put you?
4 in violence.
Mm-hmm. However, this is a 99. This is next to the worst possible outcome. In this moment, you have an immense psychological break. I want you to describe what you're feeling.
There's bits of her under my fingernails. Too small to identify without a microscope. And now, it makes sense. I don't know how. It just, I'm staring at the blood, and this is how I've always seen people, but not her, and now this is what she is. She's blood on my palms and under my fingertips, and I'm not wearing gloves, but normally I would be, and that's so strange, and maybe that's not the surrealist thing about this and all of this rage, it's fury. I can see that face, his face on that phone. It's not there anymore, but I see it so clearly, like it's staring right at me, like he's staring right at me. And he did exactly what he said he would, but it's... I was giving it away, and it's supposed to be mine to keep and gather and collect and control, because this is what happens when it's not in control. And I didn't do things the wrong way. Then I could have fixed it. I should have fixed it. I need to fix it. And now he showed me how. This is how. This is how I fix everything.
In this moment, you hear a thrum in your bones. It's almost like whispers. It's almost like armies. It's almost like music.
Marching. I can feel it.
You have this awareness in the room of this red everywhere, this energy. It's saturated everywhere. You can feel this electricity in your feet, and it runs up your body, and the pain that was on your arms feels like electrical ecstasy, like they fell asleep and they tingle.
It almost tickles a little. almost tickles a little the way it tingles. It's amazing. It's
In this
amazing.
moment, you remember everything.
Who is your brother, Cinderblock Man? Are the 3 other men still in the room with me?
They're standing there staring at you. You remember what happened when you were kidnapped. You remember at college the man that tried to take you. You remember killing him.
He deserved it too. Son of a bitch. Tries to grab a college girl when she's alone walking back to her dorm. The bastard had it coming.
You remember it differently now. You remember he was trying to help.
He was trying to help.
He was sent to
What was he
collect
trying
you.
to help with? To collect me. For them.
Or Cinderman. However, when you were kidnapped when you were younger, much younger, what happened then? Totally
Wasn't
separate.
him.
No. And your parents, that argument you had when you went to college,
Haven't spoke to my fucking father since.
one
You
of
are a
the
girl, Ewa. Take a girl profession.
last things he said was he will find a way to protect you, even across the ocean.
To protect me?
Yeah. You can make a knowledge roll.
Okay. $36 versus 40.
Your parents sent the Cinderman to teach you how to be stronger. More importantly, there's something else you remember. As your mind electrifies, you remember much younger than anyone should have. Where are you from, Eve?
Just born in a small town, little village outside Poland, and my parents lived outside some big city in a
No,
small town. No.
they're from New Athens.
They're from New Athens.
They fled to Poland. And they took you
Fled.
with them.
Yep, and I went with them.
Those
They're
people
so
that kidnapped
small.
you?
Yeah.
The Ophion Society. You don't
What?
know what they were doing, but something about an argument when they were leaving New Athens. The Ophion Society wanted to do something about people that left. And that's why they took you. For some reason. You're not sure. That wasn't revealed. But your parents knew they'd be back. And then when you left their protection, they needed to desperately find a way to protect you. So they hired a man, the Sender Man, to teach you how to be stronger. And he sent his brother to come get you.
And
It didn't turn out well.
it.
In this moment, the rage is paradoxed. Because it's lined with sadness. Every time you want to lash out, you see her. What's your greatest memory of Nell?
Small ones. Waking up before her in the morning and before she had a chance to run around and start making breakfast or coffee. She was just asleep. And she looked calm and peaceful and happy, even though there was nothing there but us. And that was enough. I didn't wake her up. I never did. I always let her think she got up first. But I'd close my eyes every morning. Let her make the coffee. Well, chai tea now. No caffeine. She was always a stickler for doing the little things. She said that was how relationships worked. You never stop dating just because you're dating. She left notes on the fridge a lot. Always with terrible grammar. Put refrigerator magnets on it one time. I took those down. That was ridiculous. she won't put him back up again.
Eve,
Yes.
these men have been staring at you, watching you babble to yourself as you see things that are not there. One of them looks at you and says, "Who are you?"
I am ire. And I want to see him crumple in front of me.
In this moment, you are fully aware of who you are and your capabilities. And you have full reign of all of them for the next 10 minutes.
I would like to make the first use of bullshit. If I can.
You don't have to roll.
Okay.
This is the most
I
powerful you will ever be.
I don't even speak. I just look at him, and blood is so hot, sticky on my hands, and I just wave a hand at him with every intention of that sending him flying against the wall behind him.
Your intention? Turns his body to a blood vapor. The other two
My eyes just widen. Like I've discovered a new plaything. And I look at one of them and I crumple my hand. I just want to see.
You watch his bones and his body contort like Play-Doh
Crush
and
him.
squish like a tomato would burst. He doesn't even get a chance to scream.
And the third one, I look at him and look down. Is the phone still there? That I received that video call on.
It's there, but it's turned off. Or the call is gone.
Pick it up. Stroll casually over to my new friend. Try and open up the phone. What happens when I try and open up the phone?
It's locked.
Can I unlock it or attempt to?
You don't know the keypad number.
Fair enough. Hold it out to my new friend. You wouldn't happen to know how to open this, would you? Rather.
He puts the number in.
Thank you. And can I see anything once it's unlocked?
Yeah.
What do I see?
Phone is in Russian.
Speak a little Russian.
Mm-hmm.
Not much, but I'll go to the settings of the phone, see if I can any recent connections it was attached to, any security it's got, software, things like that.
It has everything a
Accessibility.
standard phone would have.
Not personalized. It's a burner.
It's not really a burner. I mean, it's a personal phone. It's not a burner. But it's not like
Is there a
well, like used phone.
okay.
There's contacts in it.
Is there a most recently called?
Mm-hmm.
I dial that number.
It says a name.
What's the name?
Eustace Heraklion.
I'm gonna note down how many contacts are on this phone.
About 8.
I've got a smartphone. Is it smart enough to transfer over the contacts, or
Yes.
take a couple seconds to text them to myself?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna give me a second here. Business. You gotta always get your numbers right.
He
It
is a statue.
one of the most important things. Yeah, I figured. It's fine. I'm gonna take down the numbers. Yosef.
Eustace.
Let's give Eustace. Thank you. Eustace. Give him a call back, shall we? I'm gonna voice chat him back with the camera facing my friend.
Picks up. Yes,
Hello. Do I recognize the voice?
it's him. Yes, what is it?
And I've got the video
He's-
lined up so it shows his little lackey.
He's just
Go
standing
ahead.
there like he's not even looking at the phone. He's looking at you. He's like,
Oh, I bet.
what is wrong with you? Hey, why the fuck did you call me? Is
I'm
it
just
done?
gonna show him his lackey, and I'm just going to I want his head to just from the inside, kind of black hole itself, teeth mawing up, just jaw unhinging, becoming the bottom of his head. The teeth can meet up back here if they like. Brain matter suddenly exposed, but still sticking to the skull somehow.
Well done, Iwa.
I'm coming for you. And then I hang up.
Okay.
I just take both phones, put them in my pockets, give my friend a little pat, and push his carcass over.
It slumps to the ground.
I'm a mess. How are my arms? Bloody, but am I dying?
No,
No.
they're still exposed. Bone.
I guess I should get that wrapped. And I hear bullets, but they have apparently stopped, huh?
Yes.
I'm gonna try and open the door of the bulkhead and push my way out.
The door opens.
Alright, I'm gonna step out and start heading back the way I came. Moving quietly. But, you know, not drawing unnecessary attention to myself, not necessarily sneaking. Trying to notice things as I go along.
It goes
About-
back into darkness, up to
Okay.
the spiral.
Yeah. Then I'll follow back up the spiral and just not in the rush that I was. But well, I better deal with this, I guess.
And that is where we are going to pause our story for now. Hopefully, we can sort out what has happened in the following episodes to come. It's been a very emotional and rough experience. Thank you all for watching.